let me tap your brain on one, Terry.
Okay.
That's, not a lot of fans know about him or of his history. But how about this? And he wasn't even a wrestler. How about New York Raymond?
Oh my God, the stories I could tell you. New York Raymond was a character. And people still ask a lot about him because he would be on TV every now and then. Raymond was, no disrespect intended, a carny. Mm-hmm. He would travel with the carnivals, the circus. He latched on to some rock shows. Like I remember him, he made a lot of money with the Osmonds, and he would sell concessions. He would sell the programs or the balloons.
Oh, those big 6-foot balloons out at the end of a Kobo show out in front.
Yeah, remember him with, he'd have the big balloon, but the one you bought from him actually wasn't quite so big. He called the big 6-foot balloon his worker balloon. But when you bought one, you wouldn't blow it up till you got home. And it was about 2 feet long. But Raymond would sell gimmicks in the arenas with all these tours, and one of the events he worked, he started in Indianapolis working there, and came across Dick the Bruiser, who at that time, along with Wilbur Snyder, was running the Indianapolis territory, and Raymond sort of latched on to them, as he tended to do. But later on in life, then he latched on to the Sheik. And the Sheik basically sort of felt sorry for him because Bruiser didn't always treat Raymond all that well.
No. In the mid-50s, New York Raymond, which we know him as, I don't even think I know his last name.
Selby. S-E-L-B-Y.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because when he was in the Bruisers territory, he was Captain Willie.
And it was sort of a goof on him.
Yeah.
Because he was a real character.
Yeah,
he was. And he would get all upset and trip over his words.
Yeah, so first he was Captain Willie.
Yeah.
And then everybody nicknamed him Willie Lump Lump.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Bruiser gave him that nickname because Raymond was usually on opposite sides of the ring from Bruiser. I mean, one story about this is Bruiser back in the day was not always known as being a very nice fella. And Bruiser would occasionally, and one of the things that he liked about Raymond was that this is a guy that he could pick on, and he could make fun of, and he could basically abuse for the amusement of all those around him. And one day they were at Bruiser's home, and Bruiser had a pool where most of the business was done, and Raymond was there, and Bruiser, of course, was drinking, and he got a rope out and tied Raymond's arms and legs together and tossed him in the pool and left him. Oh. And finally, who the heck was it? I can't remember who it was. It might have been Guy Mitchell the Stomper. Dove in and literally rescued Raymond, and Raymond never, ever forgot Dick the Bruiser for that. Never forgave him for that.
Well, I've been at that pool at Dick the Bruiser's house.
That's right, you
I
have.
think I have a
You've
photograph.
got some pictures, yeah.
I think I have a photograph of me, Dick the Bruiser, and the NWA president, Sam Muchnick.
Big promoter in St. Louis for decades.
Yep, so thankfully they didn't tie me up and throw me in the pool.
Yep, don't give him any ideas. But then Raymond came here, worked for Bigtime Wrestling, selling the body press, and he would go on TV. Went on TV with Lord Layton hawking the body press.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember he wore some ratty old sweater all the time?
Oh, yeah. He had this nasty old sweater, and Raymond tended to be, he wasn't exactly one known for his sartorial elegance. And he wore this ratty old moth-eaten sweater, and he used to complain a lot. I'm not making any money. Don't talk to me. I've got problems. One day somebody, might have been me, maybe not, took a piece of paper and wrote all his litany of complaints on the back of this paper. I've got problems. Don't talk to me. I'm sick. I'm not making any money. And we taped it to the back of his sweater, and across the street we go. This is in Williamston, the Sheik's office. We go across the street to get coffee, and we made Raymond sit with his back to everybody else in the restaurant, and he started, I got problems, I'm sick, and just basically going down the litany of his complaints at the back of his sweater.
Oh.
Remember what he used to do with Layton, with the
No.
His timepiece?
No.
He used
Tell
to
me.
he used to come out there, and Lord Layton was sort of like, "No, stay away from me. You're sort of a character here." And Raymond would be hawking the body president. What else have you got to sell? And Raymond would say, "I've got a watch I can sell you." And he pulled out the watch, and it was Layton's watch.
Wait, tell me, wasn't there? This was just so funny because I remember. Do you remember a gal that New York Raymond was with?
Yeah,
Didn't we have a
Raymond's-
nickname for
Raymond's
her?
girlfriend. Raymond had a girlfriend in Toledo, and I forget what her real name was. She was better known very aptly as the Beast of Berlin. This was Raymond's girlfriend. This was Raymond's hookup. The Beast of Berlin, I always remember her. She had this lovely white dress that she wore. It was like a cocktail dress kind of thing. It was white, at least the first time she wore it. By the time she wore it every week in Toledo for about a year, it became gray. But this was Raymond's girlfriend.
Oh, boy.
And he was the only one for her, and she was the only one for him.